Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of the Dead Realms, halfway through season 2. Sorry for the delays. Discord was having an issue for everyone involved, and it was causing a lot of trouble as far as like setting this up, but we got it all fixed now. But it's time to continue the church battle from last week. But first, if you would like to join our Discord, you could join the Discord at the link below. And other than that, you could help support Dead Realms itself by clicking our merch in redbubble.com. We got shirts, we got other goodies as well at a decent price at the moment. So go ahead and check those out and subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys. I just recently posted like the second half of what we did so far. Episode 6 is having a rough issue uploading, but once that should be uploaded in due time, along with this soon after. So be forward looking to that so that you guys can have Dead Realms accessible to everyone. So without further ado, let's just reintroduce our cast and let's get back straight into combat, starting with Ascendancy.
Um, Claudia Levette, I don't want to talk about it. I'll be useful this time. I promise you. I promise. I don't want to talk about it.
I am Ryan Peppers, the cleric.
Equus, half-orc druid.
Yenvan Yamon, the warlock.
Arculus bolts, and I don't have a plan.
Okay, Battle Master.
Not just playing monk.
All right. So without further ado, it's time for the battle to continue. So if you weren't here last week, everyone planned out, well, I should say Arculus planned out the defense of the church in hopes to make the church a better sanctuary for the rest of the Water Davians, as priest Sartorius is trying to cast the hollow spell. And everyone planned out what they were going to do. Everyone did some prep in advance, some successful, some not. And the spell is almost done casting until a group of zombies showed up and tried to take over the church, along with some cultists that are currently still sneaking off amongst the horde itself. And then a necromancer shows up and summons 3 slots, which is very uncharacteristic of what you guys have witnessed so far, causing some issues. But nonetheless, we left off with Arculus killing a blue slot, and now we will continue with his turn, as he has yet to make a second attack, and also he could still move. So without further ado, it's time to fight. So, Arculus, you just recently killed the blue slot, which shrunk down back into its crystal form, and the crystal itself shattered. Along that, you are aware that a red slot is coming up to the window because your men said it to you in the previous session. Other than that, there's this green slot in front of you that is holding a staff. And other than that, you do know that the horde is like grouping everyone else around this church. So you just killed the blue slot. You still have 1 attack left. You still got your movement and bonus action if you decide to use it. What are you doing?
Yeah. Honestly, I did not plan to use this second attack. I don't know who I'd use it against. I'm not gonna throw my spear. So, Arculus is going to look towards the guy on the left. I'm gonna circle him. He's near the left window. And he's gonna shout, "You! I need you to go to the right window. I'll cover the left." And Arculus.
All right.
And then Arculus is... I don't know how much movement I used last. Do you guys remember how much movement I used?
You didn't. I don't think you even used movement last
I
time.
didn't use movement, I don't think, yeah.
Yeah. But do keep in mind, again, each square is 10 feet. So for you, since it's 25, we'll round it down to 2 squares.
Alright, so
without
2
further ado,
squares.
Where would you like to move?
I'm gonna move back 2 squares. And I'm gonna whiff that second attack because I have no chances to use it.
Okay.
So I'll move 2. I commanded that guy to move to the right window.
Okay. Cool. All right. It is now Equus's go. What are you doing, my friend? What you doing, Equus?
All right, do I still have the flaming sphere up?
Yes, you do.
And I want to ram it into the green slog as a bonus action.
And what does it do again when it rams stuff?
They gotta make the save.
They gotta make a save. And what save is it? A dex save?
Yep, DC 14 or take damage.
Okay. So they're magic resistant, so they'll have advantage to this. Dex save. Does a 16 succeed?
Yes, they take half damage. 1 second
Okay.
while I calculate that.
That is perfectly fine, my friend.
One plus 5 plus 1, so it's 7 damage. And they take half of that because they succeeded the saving throw.
Right, and then they'll take half of that because this thing is resistant to fire, so it'll only take, let's see, half of 7 will just say 3, so we'll say it'll take 1 point of damage from your flaming sphere. It doesn't seem to face this creature when you try to ram it into it.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Barkskin next on myself. Yep, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, you cast Barkskin on yourself. As the ground surrounds around you, you see just vines come up, and the bark itself attaches to you. It is top of the initiative as the bad guys go. Last time we left off, Yevon, you would try to intimidate this guy, and you rolled a high roll, as this dude has a big hole in his chest from your critical hit Eldritch Blast. And he yells back at you. It's a shame I won't see you die before my eyes. I'll be back for the corpses. And then he will say in a weird language that none of you understand towards the Slotty, going and just looks like giving commands of some sort before dimensioning door the fuck out of there.
I cast counter spell.
Okay.
I've been waiting for the moment that this big bad motherfucker tries to run away from me.
Go!
Try to Yep, you cast counter spell. And
There is
believe
a
Dimension Door
rolling
as well.
component.
Yep, let me just double check the levels. Dimension Door, 'cause
Young
I think
Bond
he
to
can only
go.
do it at the current level. Yeah, you see the gestures of him trying to escape, but you managed to try to do a counter spell. I just gotta check the level of Dimension Door. Yeah, so go ahead and roll a d20, and you gotta beat 10 plus the spell's level.
It's +7. My spell attack.
This would be I think this would be an Arcana check, I believe, for counter spell. It's been a while.
I believe it just uses your spell mod, but let me read it.
Make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. Okay.
Yeah, so +7. I only rolled a
Yep.
3. Is there inspiration in this game that could be divvied up? Does anyone have
Everyone
any-
got inspiration due to Arculus's speech at the beginning.
I
of the
still
game.
have mine, I think.
Oh, you have
So
inspiration.
if you
Okay,
want, you could use...
I'm gonna use.
Well, you
mine.
have
I'm gonna-
inspiration too, so yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. I didn't even take it. I'm gonna re-roll it.
Uh-huh.
If anyone wants to assist after the fact, it just depends on how bad you want to kill this motherfucker. So I rolled a 19, and I know that ain't no 9th level spell.
He tries to Dimension Door, but he's surprised that it didn't go off before he sees you, and you just counterspelled the shit out of him.
There's
He
just
says,
this, there's just this beam of light connecting us, and he like can see into my eyes. I just glare and yell to him, "You're not getting away this time."
If you're not gonna let me go, then I'll take you with me. He'll cast Circle of Death on the rooftop.
What the fuck? God damn.
Just counterspell again.
I'll
Go,
need
go.
to make a Constitution saving throw.
Not great.
Let me
It's
just
only
get
a
this.
9.
You fail. Let me just roll for everyone else. One of the elite archers succeeds, everyone else fails. They'll each take 8d6 necrotic damage.
Damn.
As he circles his finger, and all of a sudden there's just green smoke that is around you before a necrotic explosion hits. And as it does, you inhale the toxic fumes around it, almost life-threatening. You will take. This is a lot of damage. 12. Oof. I rolled very high on the damage.
Let him go.
36 points of necrotic damage in total.
I am not down.
Really?
Good shit.
Yeah.
So Yanvan just like inhales the blast as it hits him, and he's just left staying there. His robe is fucking destroyed, and he's just sitting there like almost stunned to death. And the only
Can
thing
you make
keeping
a
him
roll? Can you make a roll for your imp too? By the way,
yes.
the other archer dies and he falls off the fucking rooftop and.
Oh,
collapses.
my imp isn't there. My imp is just like in that area, so I can move him. But he's like flying around invisible, scouting.
Okay.
Remember I said at
Well,
the
it has a
beginning.
60-foot radius, so I don't think it could survive that.
Fair enough. Either way, he's fucked. He's dead. We'll
Yeah.
put him back in
Alright.
the box.
Yep. You see, not only I got, I got him. So not only do you see the archer flag down, you're like, ha, and then you just all of a sudden see your imp just like falling down and vanishing.
Bye, Aslos. He doesn't really seem to
And-
care.
Shit about Aslov.
And he will position himself 2, 3. He'll position himself here, say some extra words to this green slot in a language you guys can't understand, and will end his turn. Meanwhile, the zombies, at this point, everyone who is inside the building fears like the banging against the walls as some of the zombies are coming inward towards you guys. So half of the horde is entering through here. This guy is like a bass. At this point, they're coming through the barriers at this point. This thing, well, I'll roll for the fate of this dude here. You just guys here screaming in the opposite side of the room along with torn flesh.
God.
No shit.
Screaming is usually foreboding for something negative.
Yes. This doesn't sound very good.
This cultist that has been exposed is going to attempt to hit one of the archers, which your magical circle prevents with disadvantage. Doesn't hit him, surprise, surprise. And then 2 more crossbow bolts are going to hit you guys.
The magic circle is definitely gone.
Oh.
You definitely broke my concentration.
Well, roll a d20 because if it's anything that you got,
So
roll a
it's
d20.
it's 10 or the damage. So
Yes.
if the damage is higher, it takes the damage. No way I'm rolling like a 36.
You need a nat 20 basically.
Oh, okay, I'll roll for a nat 20.
Yeah, you basically had to do nat
Oh,
20.
half the damage.
Yeah.
Well, either
Oh,
way,
yeah,
I rolled
it is
I rolled
half,
a 4. So
yeah. So magical circle is lost. So we'll just re-roll those attacks then. Out of the 3 that shoot, one of them hits the weaker archer, and archer number 1, is looking pretty hurt. And then let me just expose these guys as areas. And then go ahead and make a perception check, Evan.
also not a strong suit. A 7.
You hear the cultists talking amongst themselves, but because of the blast, you are currently hearing bells in your ears, and you're just trying to gather the situation all around you. You aren't able to decipher their conversation. And then when you look on the battlefield, these cultists are once again vanished from your sight,
Okay.
except for the main dude. Yo, this fucking music is fucking hits hard. So this slot will now enter the battlefield. Let me just go in here. This red slot is the same size as the blue slot. However, this one's a little bit more slender in comparison. But what the biggest difference is that this slot is all veined up. So veined up that the veins on its claws actually go into the actual fingernails. It's actually quite gross. And this slide will spin around in a claw attack motion as he'll do 3 attacks. 1 against the dude, 1 against you, Arculus, and 1 against this wolf. So first against the dude.
Doesn't he have to go through that dude first? Like he's blockading the window.
Oh yeah, that is true. So we'll do...
Hey.
Doesn't he have to bowl over somebody and kill him first?
Yeah, don't you have to take care of that one guy right there?
It's,
just saying,
Just
like, it
remember,
would
it's
make
not one
sense.
guy.
Like,
It's a
He
squad.
kind of just jumped through the wall. I was like,
This,
oh.
this guy gets cut in half as he makes his way through the window.
Oh, that's
You
nice.
had to say something.
And then his next
That's one
target
of his
will
attacks.
be... That's 1 of 3. So his next attack will be at this wolf.
Hey, so not me.
Does a 13 hit the wolf?
Let me check. That was my summon beast, right? I believe.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have like 3 on the field.
Yeah. Instead of 13.
13. Yeah, 13 doesn't hit.
It ties.
It, well, it hits.
It,
Um,
you have to
it
level
will
plus 12
take-
faster. Just one level.
It will take 13 points of slashing damage. Is it still alive?
No.
It slices the wolf in half with ease.
Oh,
And
sorry.
now
Oh,
the
sorry. No, I meant it is alive. It has 30 points of health. Sorry, 30 points. I'm doing the
Cool.
wrong
Make
thing.
a con save for the wolf.
My gosh.
Oh no, the wolf can get affected too? Isn't it purely magical?
It's a summon beast. I rolled 10.
You rolled a 10. That will not succeed. Okay, let me just read this real quick. It slices into your wolf. And Arculus, you take a look and you see like this wolf is a lot more weaker than it was before, not just because of slight, but you see that the veins that are coming out of the fingernails of this creature, you could have sworn that part of the veins actually moved into the wolf itself. What it does, you're not too sure, but I guess we'll find out as it uses its next attack on you.
Yay.
Unfortunately, it rolled too low to hit. You witnessing this, you just dodge out of the way.
You better run.
Nah, I gotta stay in a fight.
This green slot will go, and as it does, you see it using some magical gestures, and it will cast invisibility on itself.
Oh, hell no.
Oh god.
And then it will do some tasks, and then that'll be it for the bad guys. But zombies are slowly approaching into the church, and at this point, it is now your turn, Copper. What do you do?
Nice. Man. I'm gonna start running up the 2nd floor.
Okay. What's your movement speed again?
45. So 40.
45? Okay. And you're trying to get to the top floor, I presume? To the
I was
rooftop?
just trying to get to the 2nd floor, actually.
Okay. You can definitely get up to the 2nd floor. That'll take up 20 feet of movement. You go up there, and whatever remains of the water deviants are just, like, basically, along with, like, some extra hands that could barely fight, basically. They're on the 2nd floor. They're like, what's going on? What's going on down there?
Nothing to be worried about. Absolutely nothing. Is there a window on the far side, like where the gate is? Is there a window like on the 2nd floor above that?
Yes, there is.
How far would it take me to get there?
We will say, because the map is meant to be bigger than what it usually is, we'll say that'll take you 30 feet of movement, because it is a bigger church.
So I will just use my dash action to get to the edge of the window and just, I guess, look outside.
You see, from your point of view, we'll make a perception check.
Alright. Don't fail me now. My skills. 24.
24, yeah. You see clearly the horde that is approaching into the church. You see this dude here, and you also see the crossbowmen with your good king's dragonborn sight. There's one here. There's one here that is they're clearly trying to blend in with the horde, but you see these three.
Alright, that's my turn, but I also want to use my perception check to see, I guess, how far the main dude is from the building.
From this, where your current position is.
I guess, yeah.
Okay. So this will be your action. So go ahead and make another perception check.
Ooh, just a 12.
It's a 12. You're looking down. Judging from the height of where you are at and the bottom of the ground, you could probably get to it, but you aren't too sure. You aren't too sure whether or not the distance will, do it or not. But he doesn't notice you though.
Alright,
He's
I'm
more
gonna
focused
stay,
on
I
his
guess, punched near this window, but out of its view, and end my turn there.
Okay. It's the NPCs go. You commanded this guy here to basically join you, right,
Yeah.
Hercules?
Help us
Alright,
fight
so-
this red frog.
Alright, so he looks at the zombies, he looks at the slot, he looks at the zombies, looks at, he says, "Sir, should we do something about this?" As the horde is clearly right in front of him.
I'm kind of hoping Claudia helps you out with that one. So I,
I'm far.
I shout, "You have 2 summons." I
Great,
shout
I
to him, "I need your help here. Someone else will take care of them."
Alright. He'll leave. As he leaves, he'll provoke an attack of opportunity from 2 zombies.
No, he gets opportunity attacked. I forgot
Yep.
zombies exist. He'll be fine.
So one of them will hit. He'll take
Alright,
some
he'll be
damage.
fine.
Let me roll a con check. He does succeed in it, so he doesn't get bitten.
Oh.
But you can see bits of his armor just get slapped off him, and you see that he's taking some damage, but not a lot.
Yeah,
He
he'll be
will
Remember
walk
this.
5, 10, 20. Let's see. He could probably get here. And then he will be in range because the slot is a creature. So he'll make his one attack. The +4 modifier. Doesn't hit him. He says, "Ugh! Ugh," and the slot clearly just moves his claw out of the way. And as far as the Blade Singer goes, let me just look at his spell list. He will... Well, he still has Blur on himself, so he will join in the fray. He will go over... he will Misty Step as a bonus action over here. And he will attack twice. He misses the first hit, hits the second. He will deal... low damage, though. He slices against the slot. Oh my god, that's water bottles. He deals damage against the slot. It's not quite enough as what he hopes to be. He's like, "Damn it! This little slot is a lot tougher than I thought." And now, as far as Mr. Sartorius is concerned, because last time we were calling Mr. Peppers, you ask him to hurry up the spell. And Sartorius says, I'll try to speed things up. And you can see that he is focusing on his ritual more and more intently. Let me just make a check here. Okay. So he is concentrating on the ritual more intently. Whether it's good or bad or not, you're not too sure, but he is doing his best as far as trying to speed things up. This guy's dead, this guy's dead.
I didn't want him to sabotage the ritual if that's gonna affect him.
Alright.
We don't
Everyone
really
else
have
is
time to
dead.
go into that. Like you got 6 seconds to talk to him,
Mr. Peppers, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go right here.
Okay.
And actually, I'm gonna have to move a little more than that.
Okay.
I forgot that the squares are different, so and I lost
Yep,
count.
it's
30,
10 feet.
You got 20 more feet, so 2 more
60.
squares.
91,
just gonna put your token on this sticker here, Sirius.
I can go right here. Right?
Okay.
I'm flying up high.
Mm-hmm. You're flying 10 feet above.
Oh, I'm going as high as I can now. As long as I can
Okay,
view
so-
through the door.
Yeah. So the height of this, by the way, Peppers, is 20 feet. So you could go up another 10 feet up if you like.
I can't see because wait, I can zoom in. How do you zoom in? Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Middle mouse
There.
button.
5, 10,
You had the NPCs go. I noticed the archers didn't fire.
20,
Oh, that is true. Let me just make attacks.
70.
That big red.
Okay.
I should be able to hit that guy, right?
What it's your attempt?
That guy.
Like, what are you trying to do?
I have a 120 foot shot.
Okay.
I should be able to hit him, right?
You could try.
No, that's
we'll say-
120, right?
Each square is 10 feet, and there's 80 feet of squares, so that's 160 feet, so you can't. So double
Archers
whatever I'm
reduced
measuring.
upward.
It's at 100 from where I'm at.
Yeah, but it's
160.
each square is 10 feet, so you count. So I'm measuring 80
50,
feet.
60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
And you're flying upward, so there's a
Yeah.
negative too.
Okay. Well, that'll do.
There are other things though that are within.
Yeah, you see some zombies coming in. You see this red slot engaging in combat.
Can't move. Hold on. Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, I don't think I can get any closer to it. I think I used my 50 feet while flying. Right? That's how much I got?
Yeah, Eric Oka have 50 feet fly range.
Alright, and then I am going to use a... That's rough. Off a touch. Sorry. I thought I would make it, and it kind of threw off my whole plan, so I had to replan
That's good.
everything. I'm gonna use a guided bolt to hit this red thing.
Okay. Use guided bolt.
23.
23 will hit him. Roll damage.
Uh, 11 radiant damage.
11 radiant damage. All right. You shoot your guiding bolt. It hits the red slot very hard. It seems to be a more effective hit as it deals radiant damage.
And I think that's really all I can do at the moment. Yeah.
Have you used your bonus action yet or no?
Well, the only thing I can do is use the
Spiritual weapon.
spiritual weapon to attack, right? That's
Yeah, you can definitely do that if you want.
okay. And then that's what I'm gonna do for that
Okay.
part. I just have to find it so I can see if it. There it is. 21 hit.
That definitely hits.
3.
3. All right. Once again, the scythe slashes at another slod, dealing a little bit more effective damage in comparison to most of the damage that everyone else has been doing. All right. So, Yevon, it is your turn. What would you like to do, my friend?
As my free action, I want to tell these guys to run down for cover into the second floor to retreat.
Okay.
For my bonus action, I'm going to use my 3 healing dice. Unfortunately, because my imp is dead, I have to actually roll these instead of gaining maximum hit points. I rolled well. I regained 14 hit points.
Nice.
And then I'm going to go with the classic. and I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast at this motherfucker.
Okay. You shoot 2 beams, and as it does, it looks like it's gonna hit him, but all of a sudden it fades away. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
There's crawling up there.
15.
15. You try to look around to see what's going on, and you could have sworn for a brief second you see some magic go off over here. And as the magic goes off, the slod will give away his location. Counterspelling your Eldritch Blast.
Did he get to roll at least?
No, because Eldritch Blast is a cantrip, and
But he can
Counterspell's
still roll
only
below a
spell.
10.
It doesn't matter. Counterspell shuts down anything of its level and below instantly, and he casts
Okay.
it as a level 3 spell.
Alright, I run down to the second floor.
All right, so that will take up your full movement just to get to the second floor. You do see the denizens of the Water Davians. You also see Copper at the opposite side of the room, glaring at a window.
He just kind of shakes his head. And that's my
Okay.
turn.
All right, Claudia, you are up. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna move forward.
Go ahead and move.
Yeah, 3 squares. I'm gonna bring my Drake with me. No, I'm gonna leave my Drake with the guy.
Your Drake is like your strongest thing.
But no, but I mean, they also go around the back and break through the glass and get to that guy.
Shit, that's true.
Okay, I moved. Yeah, that's my turn. I can't do anything else.
You don't. You still have a full action. You still have bonus actions. And
Oh,
your break
oh,
to do stuff.
Oh, what? No. Oh, wait. No, so is it if I move another like 30 feet? That's my full action. Is it
So,
like that?
no. So you have movement, action, and bonus action.
Okay. I can't really do anything with my action. I'm too far away to do anything useful.
Still have your Drake.
Dash.
Still have your wolf.
Yeah,
Dash
but
to move another
those
30
are
feet.
those are. Wait, you said I could?
You could, as an action, you could move double your movement speed. So you
Oh,
could one move another 3 squares.
because I asked that when you said I got my action and you said I couldn't.
Yeah, so you have an action, which it could be like attack, move another extra 30 feet of movement,
Okay.
or dodge, or what have you. You have your movement, which is separate from your action, and then you have your bonus action, which is only useful for certain abilities.
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna use my full action to move another 30 feet, and
Okay.
Mark that spell.
I'm going to. Yeah,
All
so,
your summons have attacks.
Yeah, I know.
And
but they-
movement too.
Yeah. But, so, I'm gonna end my turn and go into my Drake and move that forward as well.
Okay.
Let me check to movement speed. 40. Okay, so it can move further. Okay.
You can move course quick.
2, 3, 4. I'm gonna use its full action to do another movement because they're too far away to do anything currently. So
That's fine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
That's that. My wolf.
Yep.
Is it still being trapped by the thing? The slot?
You notice as you get closer along with your Drake that your wolf is a bit weaker in comparison to where you last sent it off.
Is it is the thing still have like fingers in it or whatever it was doing?
No. At this point, like you just see like a large scratch mark from that distance, and you see that the wolf is weakening from it.
Okay. My wolf is gonna use Maul on the red slot.
Okay. So go ahead and make your attack with advantage because of pack tactics.
Okay.
You know, this music hits hard.
Okay. Wow. Oh, yeah, okay, so 12. I rolled the wrong thing, but yeah, 2d20, so 12.
12 total.
Yeah. No, no,
misses.
because is that advantage you roll 2, you get the highest one? Or is you add both
You roll
together?
2 and you get the highest of the two. That's with advantage.
Yeah, so 12.
12 total?
Yeah.
Okay, it will miss. You can see its maul attack isn't quite as effective. It seems the wound that it has inflicted on the wolf seems to hurt it a bit. not even coming close to the slot.
Okay,
I
but
think
that,
you
it
still
don't
have your fire drake too.
Oh yeah, I do. Okay, yes, that's my wolf's action because it don't have any bonus actions. My fire
Mhm.
drake. I get a lot of turns. Okay.
That's what summoners do, man.
I'm gonna. Sorry, it's gonna cast Flame Seed.
So what does that do?
Range weapon attack. Your attack modifier to hit, range 60 feet. One target you can see hits or takes 1d6 plus proficiency bonus.
Okay, so you probably have to move your fire drake in position because everyone else is circling around. The
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. So I'm gonna.
Arculus is
Still have
shorter.
zombies coming through the window too.
Oh
You could-
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
actually,
true.
yeah. I'm gonna use my Drake's movement. I'm gonna move it 2, 3. I'm gonna move it in front of the window. I'm gonna cast Flame Seed there.
Okay. So, isn't it just an attack roll, or do I have to roll for something?
My spell attack modifier to hit.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack.
Wow, 12.
That will hit a zombie. No
Okay.
damage.
Yeah, 1d6. I'm on the wrong thing. That it would take 2 damage. Wow.
2 damage. All right. A ball of fire just hits one of the zombies. One of the zombies is now on fire. Hopefully that'll not do anything bad. Question mark. But not effective enough to lower the horde count. I believe now it is Arculus's go. You see this red slod in front of you. What would you like to do?
Really thrown us into the fire here.
Yeah.
All right. All right. God, this is.
What you doing, man?
All right. I've considered, and can we all agree that this is a risk it all situation here?
Yep.
Can we all agree?
Risk it for the.
Alright.
Yep.
Arculus is going to look at the guy in red, if I can see him. I assume I can.
Yeah.
And I assume Arculus has put 2 and 2 together that this guy who threw the crystals is the one summoning them.
Mhm.
So Arculus
Yes.
is going to look at that guy, and I'm going to take the disengage action, and he's
Okay.
going to start running towards the summoner.
Alrighty.
Using, 2 squares here, and
Okay.
that's my whole action.
Okay. You still have bonus action. You can also do action surge and all that
Yeah.
stuff too if you wish.
I lost my action surge. I forgot about
Oh yeah,
that.
that's true.
So for Shield of Faith and Sanctuary, do you know if those work on the person using them?
You can put Sanctuary and Shield of Faith on yourself if that's what you're trying to do.
Sanctuary.
Keep in mind, if you do attack with Sanctuary, it will dispel it.
Yeah. For my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on myself,
Okay, you do so.
and that's my turn.
Alrighty then. Equus, you're up. What would you like to do?
All right. First thing I'm gonna do is address Claudia and Ryan Peppers and say, "See that door to the right of me? There's 3 hordes of them coming through. Get ready." And then I'm going to swing the flaming sphere. I'll indicate which ones right now.
Okay. So you're gonna ram it.
Yep, it's a Dex 14 save.
They will fail it. Roll damage.
Wow.
Only 5 damage.
Okay. You ram the sphere right through these guys. these entire hordes are on fire now. Hopefully that's not going to be an issue. But you deal some damage to the horde though.
I hate that you keep saying that. Stop it! Just stop.
And
And then
then
it starts to rain.
now I'm gonna cast level 1 ice knife at the same group.
Okay. Okay. Do you have the range for that? You might have to
I
move.
believe it's 120. Let me check.
Oh yeah, you
It
should.
should be 10, 20. Yeah, you
Oh, it's
definitely
only 60.
Even if it's 60, they're only 30 feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, I'm gonna DM you something.
Okay. So go ahead and make your attack with ice knife.
19 to hit.
That hits. And then we get dex save for the horde. They will succeed with a net 20.
Does that mean they take no damage, or do they still take half?
They'll still take half. They'll just succeed in doing so.
Half of 3.
All right, so we'll say 1. So you reduce the horde a bit. I think I need to get like individual tokens now at this point for this group. But you reduce the horde a bit. Some of the zombies collapse, but there's still like a few coming through. So we'll just put these.
And lastly,
here.
I'm going to say, keep up the good work, everyone. You're doing great. I got snacks when we're done with this. That's the end of my turn.
All right, it's top of the round. Bad guys get to go. Did the music stop, or is it just a slow build? It stopped. Okay, 1 second. 1 moment, please. As this
It's getting intense.
getting mad intense.
I feel like I'm
man.
getting surrounded.
There we go. Paste that. There we go. Okay, we're good. All right. So, let's start with the slots. No, let's start with the hordes. Let's talk about the ones that have been, on fire occasionally. The fire is slowly starting to spread throughout this vicinity here that they're entering through. We'll see here. Let me make this red. So it's kind of spreading, I don't know, like this area. You see flames from their bodies as they try to go through the barrier. It's spreading amongst the walls and the curtains that are slowly forming as the fire begins to brew up. These zombies will go 1. They see a Drake. 1, 2. They see a Drake. 1, 2. Then this guy will be 3. Oh wait, they have to make dex saves for the flaming sphere. They will fail it. So roll damage for me, Equus, for the flaming sphere. Horde of this entire horde burns away
That's
outside.
11 damage. I'm so glad I heightened it.
All right, let me roll for undead fortitude. They will fail it. So scratch everything I just said. These things just wither, burn away, but the fire is still spreading around the area. You guys hear about some zombie groans and flesh being torn apart in the next room over. And then this group will go forward here. Copper, you are seeing that these hordes are getting closer and closer and closer. These guys, they're dumb, so they'll enter here. They have to make dex save.
His 0
run into
intellect.
it. They will fail. Go ahead and roll damage again for me, Equus. Horde has entered the building. This horde is slowly going through this area. You see that the horde is creeping through this area. The horde will attack Blade Singer. So it would have hit, but Blade Singer is gonna use his last shield spell to block all the hits from the horde. And then this horde is gonna creep up here. Come on, Overroader, work with me here. Okay. That's it for the hordes. Let's talk about the slots. The slots will attack the Blade Singer. 1 attack. Due to shield, it will not hit. He will attack the guy that's cocked. It will hit the guy, instantly killing him, slicing him in 2. and then it will attack the wolf once more.
It's a good thing you called him over to help.
Hey, listen, he's here to waste an action.
16 hit the wolf, I presume, right?
I believe so. Yes.
13 slashing damage. Make another con save.
Ooh, 20.
You see, as it hits with the second attack, the same thing happens, but you get to see it first, Claudia. That the movement in the veins of the fingernails seep through into the wolf. The wolf is getting weaker and weaker ever so slowly, and it looks like something is like He's like moving like weirdly. It sounds like something is moving in its body. This green slot will continue the job and will hurl a flame at the rooftop. This is a ranged attack, which will hit the rooftop, but not the archers, luckily. A big ball of flame hits it. Yevon and Copper, you start to smell smoke upon the rooftop. And then the slod will go to its master. Speaking to its master. Speaking to its master, it will go up to him, and then the master says something in a language no one can understand. You then see this green guy revert back. Actually, Arculus, you see the green slot revert back into a crystal form, and the dude pocketing it, and this guy looks at you and says, "This will not be the last time you'll see me." And he will try again to dimension door the fuck out of there. And with no one up to stop him, he bamps out of there. The cultists are like, "Shit! The boss is gone. What do we do? What do we do?" They're like, I don't know. Fucking, damn it. I guess we gotta follow the plan still." And they will creep up closer. And I believe that is all the bad guys' go. Yes, it is. Copper, you see this red guy just bamf out of there, but you do see these guys still moving around and about. What do you do?
I mean, I have so much less enthusiasm for this. But how close is the horde from the crossbow guy who's, let me grab my pointer, down at the bottom left. Over here.
He's closer than the other guy.
He's a few inches. He's a few inches away from it, from the horde. He's 10 feet away.
There is very little. Well, I guess the only thing I can do is, how far would I need to get to the red slodge thing? If I essentially jump down from the window on the second floor to the first floor and then run through the entranceway.
Okay, so jumping out will only cost you 10 feet of movement. Whether you'll land successfully or not will determine it via dice. But I'm assuming you want to land on the dude?
On what dude?
The dude you mentioned.
No, because he's too far away. I was just gonna essentially land right in front of Arculus at the entranceway and just dash on in. I'm not jumping out the window. I'm more so just dropping down.
Gotcha. All right. So dropping down, that is 30 feet down. So it will take you 30 feet down if you try to carefully position down yourself.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Go. All right.
My cat keeps trying to eat plastic.
So your character, Arculus, you're about to charge this dude. All of a sudden, he bamps out with the green sod, and then you just see Copper basically sliding down Set's entranceway. Just go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me, please.
That's a 18.
Yeah, you easily slide down the building, no problem, and you land.
Damn it, too late. and then I just run back in. How far would it take me to get to the red?
So
Really
you use 40 movement to get down. The red slot is 10, 20. It's about 20, 30 feet. Yeah, we'll say 20 feet because like this corner will give his exposure. So yeah, we'll say 20 feet to get to the slot from where you are at.
No. Instead, I will spend the key point for patient defense, and I'll wait till next turn.
Okay. NPCs get to go. The only NPC left is really the archers and the bladesinger. So let me just not the rooftop attack. The archers join you, Evan. They're like, shit, the roof's on fire. We got to do something about it.
I tell them, I just point at that window. I go, you shoot out that fucking window!
All right. They'll go to the window, and they will fire some attacks. That one for the first volley. The second volley will hit though. Let's see, they could really only see like the horde to the left and right. We'll say one of them shoots to the left and right. So they will, because there's a fucking fire at this exit way, they'll reduce the size count amount of this horde here. All right, and then the blade singer will cast a spell. But let me see something quick here. One moment, y'all.
Before the end of their turn, can I also instruct them to use their remaining movement to crouch and get in cover?
They
just
are
like
instinctively doing that since they are excellent archers in their own right.
Cool.
They would definitely do that for sure.
Get some AC bonus.
There's a horde approaching him, but there's a slot there too. Oh yeah, and I forgot to regain hit points for the slot. Right. Sorry guys, just thinking what this character would do. He will. The blade singer will. See here. There's only a few things he can do other than attack. He will Misty Step again, using his last second level spell slot, getting him out of that situation. And he will attack twice, once more. He will miss both attacks, unfortunately, against this slot. That's all that he can do. All the other NPCs are dead, except the archers. So it is now your turn, Mr. Peppers. What would you like to do?
Well, I will do. Question: how long has this battle lasted, by the way?
A couple minutes, I would say.
Okay, so my spiritual weapon's gone now. It only lasts.
It only lasts a minute.
Yeah.
The weapon vanishes. You do witness, though, Mr. Peppers, that behind you, Mr. Sartorius' bright glow that he's been doing is glowing brighter and brighter and brighter. You get the feeling that the spell is almost complete.
Hey, you guys! We might want to start falling back because it looks like the spell's about to be complete. We'll just have to deal with that slod. The zombies shouldn't be able to get in. That's what I'm gonna say to them. And then I am going to use another guided bolt at the slod.
Okay.
14 doesn't hit, does it?
14 just hits his armor class, so it'll do half damage.
Can I use my inspiration to reroll that?
If you wish.
Okay, I'm gonna reroll that.
Okay.
course.
And it will not hit.
Uh,
You try to do guiding bolts, but this time the slot sees your attacks coming and dodges it.
um. okay,
Anything else, movement wise or bonus action wise or anything like that?
Can't use a cantrip, so there's nothing I can do there. Action, bonus actions. That's all I can really do right now.
Alrighty. Yevon, you're up. You're on the second floor. What would you like to do? You hear a loud growling coming from the floor beneath, and you smell smoke above and below.
I'm gonna yell to the guards at the bottom of the stairs who are just chilling there to go out and help and fight. And then I'm gonna yell to the random civvies who are just cowering to go start dumping water on the roof.
Okay. Seems like they're starting to do that.
And then I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast on the guy in front of Copper.
Okay.
That is a 22 to hit.
That will hit him. Roll damage.
That's 21 points of force damage.
You kill him.
Yeah, I just smite this motherfucker. Just a beam of pure light, just one through fucking each portion of his torso.
You do
Fuck
so.
him. And then I'm gonna move to the back of the second floor where there's no like sight line to the window. That's my turn.
Okay, so you move 30 feet. Alright. Cool beans. Claudia, you're up. What would you like to do?
Hey guys, do we remember if the red slot was immune to fire or not? Because
You know that your character would know that fire isn't effective against it.
Okay, thank you. Because I know I rolled that, I forgot about it.
You also know radiant energy is effective against it.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna move. Never mind. I'm gonna move forward. So okay, right there. For my main action, I'm going to. Okay, so do I know that like the horde, like the zombies, like the hordes? Do I know that they're there or are they behind the wall?
There's a horde of zombies behind the slot.
Can I cast
And it's
flaming?
big and massive.
Can I cast flaming sphere in the middle of that horde?
You most certainly
Up
can.
with the fire! God damn, bro!
Keep in mind, there's also a ball. There's also some fire spreading in the other corner.
Oh, right. Fire does do that, doesn't it? Oh,
So,
oh.
you want to recall that, or do you want to still go with it?
I'm gonna recall that. Can I? I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray at the horde. Well, no, because that shouldn't set things on fire, right? Because it's not actual fire, just like
Nope,
beam?
it's just a beam. It's a beam
Yeah,
of flame.
yeah, okay, yeah. So I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray on the
Okay.
horde.
Okay, cool.
The first to hit is 15.
That hits. Just roll your attack rolls for me, and then just roll damage after that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. 5. Ooh.
5 does not hit.
Nope. And an 8. God,
Does
I
not
suck.
hit. You shoot
Okay.
your 3 bolts. You managed to hit a zombie, so go ahead and roll damage for that zombie.
7.
7. You build a hole through one of the zombies, however, it's still standing up.
Can I use a bonus
Anything
action to? Can I use a bonus action to recall a spell?
Like dispel it?
Yeah.
You can.
Okay, so I'm gonna dispel my wolf because it's only healing the slot.
Yep. You slash at. You dispelled the wolf. The wolf disappears. However, it does leave like 2 like tadpole-like things on the ground, and it's just like bouncing on the ground.
Yes, that'd be Claudia's turn. As
Alrighty,
for
anything for your drakes?
yeah, your companion, what can he do? I don't think he has any range. My Drake is gonna move forward to the next to me where the slot is.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 30 feet of movement.
Yep.
How much? And it's gonna try to bite the slot.
Okay, go make an attack roll with it.
Ooh, 18.
18 will hit him. Roll damage.
Give me 1 second, taking a little bit to load. 6 damage.
6 damage.
Yeah.
What type of damage is it?
Piercing.
Piercing? Alright. It bites the slod. It hurts the slod. It seems to be effective.
Ooh, okay. Biting. Yeah, that'd be the Drake's turn. As for the wildfire spirit, it can't do anything that won't cause more fire, so I'm just gonna skip its turn.
You
Okay.
could run up and bite something.
Well, no, but it doesn't give me the action for that. Like, I don't have anything here, just flame seed and fire teleportation.
Arculus. It seems like the
Yes.
target you once had has vanished, and only Copper is there now. What would you like to do?
Alright, so Arculus is just gonna look at the place where the villain had just been, and he's gonna grumble and call him a coward under his breath. And then he's gonna run back to the slide, and
Okay.
he's gonna slide to a halt, and he's gonna, after looking at it, he's just gonna be reminded of how ugly this thing is. He's just gonna raise his spear, and he's gonna try to stab it in the leg.
Okay, make an attack roll.
You love those legs, don't you?
22. I'm like 4 foot tall, man. It's all I can hit.
22 hits.
All right. Let me roll my damage. So it's 9 damage, and Arculus is gonna look towards. He's gonna look towards Ryan, and he's going to shout, "Ryan, I need some help here! I'm using Commander Strike. Go ahead and make an attack.
Of what?
Anything. Do whatever you want.
including a spell.
Yeah, spell also works.
How far is that thing from me?
Let me see here.
That doesn't work.
10, 20, 30,
Oh.
40, 50, 60. It's about 70 feet away.
I also have to add my D8.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. You're more higher up, so it adds an additional 20 feet.
So
he is 90 feet away.
So I've never heard that rule because it's like you're aiming at an angle, but the angle is still the same distance because it's a straight line.
Well, so there's some trigonometry as the mathematician in the party.
Yeah.
It's slightly more than if he was on the ground. I can guarantee you it would be less than just adding the 20 feet he is off the ground. So it would actually be somewhere in between, but it would be slightly more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally unrelated, but he
Oh,
takes 16 damage.
Since he told me I could do that, does that mean I can move to get into range to shoot something?
It's only
So
an attack
explain-
action.
Yeah, it's only an attack action. So if you have a spell that is an attack, you can do that if you wish.
All right, I'll give it a go.
Alrighty.
Looking
Roll
for it.
big money.
Sorry, gives me a second.
How much
First
damage
thing-
did that commanding strike did, by the way?
16, but I also add a D8 to his attack too, so
What's the
Um,
result of the D8?
it's a 7.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna, before I fire, I'm gonna be like, Saloon, please give us the help that we need desperately to protect your temple. It's kind
Okay.
of like a little prayer thing. And then
Okay.
I am going to attack, and I fail.
Oof.
What's your roll?
8.
You still have inspiration.
No, I
Yep,
don't.
you still have. Oh yeah, you used it last turn.
Alright.
He tries to
that's
do
fine.
another guiding bolt, but the slot is already used to the movement of said guiding bolt and dodges out of the way. You still have your second attack,
I
Arculus.
do. So my initial attack does 16 damage. Here's my next one. I'm a little disappointed, but it's a 10 to hit. God.
10 to hit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that does not hit. You still have your inspiration. Would you like to re-roll it?
Absolutely. 22 to hit.
That will hit him.
All right, let me roll my damage. 4 damage. And all or nothing. I'm gonna shout out Ryan to give it another go.
Alrighty. Another chance.
Oh, and my DA. Let me add that.
My final second level spell.
Oh, shit.
Please, Saloon. Please help us. 22 hit.
That will hit him.
Anyways, 9 damage from me, by the way.
Gotcha.
18 why is it green?
Because you rolled max damage. Wait, that's not max damage on a guiding bolt.
I don't know why it was green, but so I guess that's
The next person who attacks him also has advantage.
So we just did 43 damage. Let's go.
Nah. What'd you roll for damage, by the way, again, Peppers?
it was 18.
18? Okay, gotcha. The slot is looking weaker and weaker, and it seems like the guiding bolts that he hit leaves a mark on the slot, so whoever attacks it next will get advantage on it. Alright, Arculus, bonus action, anything like that?
Bonus
Do you also
action.
still have your action surge?
No, but I can bonus action a spell, I believe. Maybe. I'm not sure how spells work, honestly.
If you
I'm
wish.
spell casting.
Well, you have yet to cast a spell, so if you have a spell that has a bonus action requirement, you're certainly able to do so.
I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Alright, plusing your armor class. Alrighty. Equus,
Nice.
you're up. The slot is looking pretty weak. What do you do?
First thing I'm gonna do is ram the flaming sphere into the adjacent zombies.
Okay. They fail. Roll damage.
They always they must
They,
have
their Dex is not their strong house.
8
I will
damage.
say that.
Yeah, that's why I love flaming spear.
You lowered the horde. Alright, that's your bonus action. Anything else you would like to do?
Yeah, I would also like to ready a level 2 ice knife for when that horde
Okay.
busts through the door to my right. Because right now the door's shut, but when they come through,
Gotcha.
level 2 ice knife. And that
Cool.
will be the end of my
Alrighty.
turn.
Speaking of them, they crash through the door.
Interesting.
Would you like to do ice knife, sir? As I move the others.
The first roll was
As-
a 13. I'm going to use inspiration.
Okay. As the horde has now entered the facility. There's a bunch of zombies all around.
That's a nat 20 face.
Inspiration.
Nice. So go ahead and roll damage for me, and then let me just make dex saves. They fucking fail. Also, this
Jesus
fire
Christ.
spreads. Also, this fire spreads even more now.
I think we should stop using fire, guys.
So it's 8 damage from the piercing, and then the cold damage is 13.
You knock down this horde by a significant amount. As a big ice explosion hits the area in the vicinity. As it does, the horde is greatly reduced. This horde here is going to do 3 attacks against your Drake. 17 will hit. The Drake will take a total of 14. Nope. It will take 15 points of damage, and the Drake must make 3 Constitution saving throws.
Okay. Right, so like on its like actual rolls, I only see Dex and Wisdom for saving throws. I don't see any Constitution.
So then it'll be just straight rolls then.
Okay.
The slot will regain some hit points.
Okay, there's a 10,
10 succeeds.
an 11,
11 succeeds.
And a 17.
Damn it. No infected Drake. Damn. All right. Another day then.
Wait,
right.
what?
So the zombies are approaching. They are basically entering the Slod's space. The zombies are dumb though, so they'll attack the Slod. They will fucking hit it, doing some damage to it.
Oh yeah.
Slod will roll 4 con saves. He gets bitten on the legs a couple times.
Infected slot.
Yep, infected Slod. Hopefully nothing bad happens. Alright, the Slod's looking weaker and weaker because the Horde is fucking trying to chew him up. The cultists will be bitches and leave. They'll try to make their great escape. They're like, fuck this, we're getting the fuck out of here. Yeah, so that's what these two guys will do. They'll use their action and bonus action to hightail it out of here. Copper, it's your turn. You see these two cultists running away. You also see the sphere, this ball of flame of a horde entering the building, and you know that the rest of the horde is inside the building. What would you like to do?
I want to use my movement to run up to the red guy and then attack.
The red guy is vanished at this point. It's
The
only the
red-
cultists and the horde. Or, the Slod, you mean? Okay.
Yeah, the red slot. Sorry.
Gotcha. You move up. The Slod is getting chewed up by some of the zombies.
All right, I'm attack.
Attack.
I get advantage, right? Because of guiding bolt.
Yes, you get advantage on your first attack.
Or is it until he's hit?
It's the first time you do an attack on it, it will have advantage. Every other attack after that will not have advantage.
Got it. That's a dirty 20 to hit
I will hit the Slod.
for 8 damage.
8 damage. He's looking
Second.
weaker and weaker.
Second attack, I want to use my breath weapon. So he has to make
Okay.
a DC 14 deck save.
The breath is not magical, so he'll roll a straight roll. He will succeed in doing so.
Alright, so he
Wait.
takes half of. That's low. Dang it, half of only 3 acid damage.
So he'll take a point of acid damage.
I'm
So you
going-
roll up on him.
I'm going to use Stunning Strike. No, that's Stunning Strike. Flurry of Blows, sorry.
Okay.
That's a 25 to hit
25 will hit him.
for 9 damage.
9 damage.
And the last attack is a net 20.
Roll damage.
So max damage is 10 plus 1d6. 10 plus 4, so that's 14 damage total.
How would you like to kill this red Slod, my friend?
Alright, perfect. So since I used an acid attack, I just want to imagine that I dash right underneath him and then hit him with an acid shoryuken right in his face.
Awesome. So you slide under, and as it's trying to recompose itself from the acid attack, you do an acid shoryuken so far that it splits the Slod right in half. And as it crumbles to the ground, its form shrinks down to nothing but a crystal, and the crystal shatters. The red Slod is dead.
Perfect. And I'm gonna use my 10 feet of movement to back away from this cord.
Awesome.
And that's my turn.
It's the NPC's turn. You see Sartorius, Mr. Peppers. You turn around, you see a bright light coming from Sartorius's eyes, and you see that he's concentrating on the spell, and as he does, he puts his hand out, and as it does, a white flash happens to everyone, and it engulfs everyone in this entire vicinity into a white ball of flame. And as it does, you see the undead just disintegrate all around you, and the flames put out. As it does, as you try to regain all sight, you look around, and you look left or right, trying to figure out what exactly is going on. And as it does, the last time you saw this area, it was like badly damaged, destroyed, barely repairable. Before the combat, you see some instances of the building try to repair itself, but now, as the white light dissipates, you see that it looks like a completely clean new building. It's like as if it was first built right in the first place with its white marble pillars and ground. You see that the once burnt areas is now reformed and as if no damage has done to it. All the cracks within the walls have now dissipated. And as I try to change music here, you look around and everything is glowing this bright, radiant glow. You guys get the feeling that you guys are truly safe in this vicinity. And who is there anyone outside of the temple?
The the cultists.
Yeah, the cultists are gonna fucking run away.
Wait,
We'll
can,
just say they run.
can I
Run
snipe
off.
them with a scorching
No.
ray?
You
Oh.
cannot at this point. As
Is this
it
zombie still
dissipates.
here? Did this one survive?
Yeah, you forgot
Uh,
the token.
I forgot a zombie. Oh, well,
Yeah.
let me just get rid. Let me just get rid of. No. Oh yeah, this word. Shoot. Yeah, but you guys recompose yourselves and you see that you're in a brightly new clean building. Peppers, it seems like the hollow spell has finally worked, but as you see this spell working, you turn around and you see Sartorius just collapse to the ground.
I'm gonna rush over and kind of pick him up if I can.
All right, you rush over to him and you pick him up. You can see that he is quite exhausted. Let me make 6 constitution checks simultaneously to see how bad or well he's doing.
So if he fails all 6, he'll die.
He fails 4 out of 6. He's looking quite exhausting after casting a spell that has a casting time of 24 whole hours. So you see, like, did it work, Mr. Peppers?
It worked. It worked. You knocked all the zombies out.
He looks all around and
Temple is
he
brand
sees.
new.
I see that. It worked. It finally worked. You can tell that he's still quite trying to recover from this casting the spell itself. Meanwhile, on the
Just in
second
case
floor,
the exhaustion is affecting him, my hands are holding him, so I'm also
Yes.
doing spare the dying. So
sure, he says, "I'm fine, Mr. Peppers. I'm not dying. Just exhausted from the casting, you know."
Let's get you to bed, sir.
Yes, I could very much use a rest.
Wait, so after,
Meanwhile, on the second floor.
I'm gonna
Meanwhile,
scream
on the
throughout the
second floor,
temple and be like, "It worked!" So everyone heard.
you hear the scream. You hear that it worked coming from all the first floor, Yevon, and as you see the second floor, which is basically used to be like a makeshift like food area / resting area, but now it's like fully cleaned and restorable and what have you. And the once destructive window that you once saw Copper climb out of is now brand new and fully repaired. And the remaining archers look around like, I guess it worked after all. And everyone at the second floor is like cheering. They're like, oh my god. And just admiring the newly reformed temple.
wait, so after he casted that, would the fire on that one wall be put out?
Yes, I'm working on that, but Yevon, you do see that the hollow spell seems to work.
Carrying him to a bed.
Yanvon just kind of shrugs his shoulders and he goes and just sits in the nearby comfy area and just stares at a wall.
Okay. You just stare at a wall. Alright. Congratulations, guys. You successfully defended the church.
Nice.
And with that, we're gonna go on break, and you guys will do level ups during the break. As you will level up 1 level. So until then, we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes as these guys level up, and we'll see what happens next. So stay tuned, guys. And we are back. The church defense has been very successful, and now we're gonna get to the aftermath of that. So, without further ado, let's continue where we left off. Excuse me. So, like I said before, everything seems to calm down. Everyone is happy that the church itself is rebuilt. Everything is glowing this bright, radiant glow. Looks like a brand new church has been installed. And on top of that, you guys get the feeling that this sanctuary is finally safe and in good hands. You guys all gather around the church, talk amongst yourselves for a bit, and then you see whatever remains of the elites group, just the archers and now the known blade singer, and they are talking nearby you guys. And you see the blade singer guy says, "You sure it's him? You saw him?" "Yes, Leon, I did. It's the same dude. We got to get after him. He's weakened now." "No, we all need to rest." The female archer says, "Well, he's not wrong. If we're ever going to get to him, this is our only chance of getting to him." And you guys just hear this general conversations while you guys gather around and talk whatever you guys were talking about.
Copper's gonna eavesdrop on that conversation.
Yeah. You hear this conversation.
What? Who are we talking about? Are you talking about the guy in the red?
I think so.
That guy. Yeah, you eavesdrop this conversation, so you do hear this.
Are they heading? Does it seem like they're gonna head out in mass?
They're having a debate, it seems like, at the moment.
All right. Copper won't do anything until he sees a group, I guess, heading out. I guess because Copper wasn't hit, so I guess he will join that group.
Okay.
Still have to defend this place because this is one of the pillars of the thing that they're trying to summon, whatever they're trying to summon. This is a location in the, I'm assuming, the catacombs of the church.
We should investigate that.
Is this guy here with us? Or is he
Who?
resting?
Sartorius is resting at this point. At this point, you guys don't need the map, so.
Wait, so do we know how to get to the catacombs? Do we know how to?
No.
Could we look around for it? Because I'm kind of interested.
What?
So could we look around the church to see if we could find an entrance to?
Well, we got to talk to Sartorius first about
Oh yeah, we do.
what he's resting right now.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to find the entrance, but we can't go in.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, as long as you don't go in, it's like, because if you find like a door, that's not really on you. It's just placement, I guess.
At this point, you hear the male archer saying, "Look, I don't care where you guys. I'll just check it out, see what's going on. If I see the guy, I'll kill him. But I'm surprised that you guys wouldn't go after it, especially what he's done to our friends." And excuse me, the male archer just walks away from the other two and is heading out of the church.
Copper would like to tail him.
Okay. And the male archer, you try to catch up him. He turns around and says, "And what the hell do you want? You care to join me?"
Exactly. Yes.
"Fine. Just don't. We're just gonna go and scout. We're not doing anything crazy. But if we do see that red guy, we're fucking killing him."
Yeah.
For that, and you two leave the church. I'll explain what you see outside the church in a moment.
Mr.
Right, what is
Blade
everyone
Singer,
else
man.
doing?
I want to look around. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go look around.
Yeah. Can I look around the church to see if I can find anything that would let us go lower?
You do know that the only place I would let you go lower is the stairway in which you guys first entered upon the church, which leads to the sewers.
Okay, let's not go there.
All right, Peppers, you were trying to say something?
I was trying to inquire to the Blade Singer guy if he knew or has he ever been to obelisk.
Go and ask him.
I am.
Oh, okay. No, I have not. But if anyone should know, would be someone of, and he looks at your symbol of your church would probably know a lot more better than I. And the name's Leon, by the way. And I prefer to keep my magic quiet as he sees his glowing blade.
Understandable. Now, my next question, was anybody infected with that frog thing? The slod?
No, he didn't hit me, and it's a good thing that they didn't. Otherwise, and then you just see like the two dead tadpoles that are on the ground. He says, otherwise, those things would have popped out of your chest. Happened to one of our friends when we were trying to chase this guy.
You know a lot about that guy?
That guy has been a nuisance to us for quite some time as of late. We chased him down all the way towards the city. Whatever he's planning, I'm not too sure, but we don't put a stop to him soon, he could unleash something far more greater than what we expect.
Do you know how many slots he has?
We only just know those three. Other than that, he can conjure other weird creatures. But my friend over there, as I refer to my notes, Brent, says that it's time to strike. I don't disagree with him, but I need rest. And clearly, Sarah here also needs rest as well. And you see the other archer who is looking badly wounded.
I also do. Need to recover some health.
Exactly. And hopefully Brent comes back from his scouting, and it seems like your Dragonborn friend seemed to join him.
He does his own. I'm gonna go rest. I go and sit on the bed and
Okay.
I'm taking a long rest if I can.
Yep. What is everyone else doing?
Sleep.
Sleeping? Long resting?
Yeah, let's rest.
How many spell slots does that get you back?
Up to half your overall total. So if you have 6, you regain 3. If it's an odd number, it's reduced down.
For each level or for...
In total. And you could replace whatever spell slots were replaced. So if you want to do a level 2, a level 3, and a level 1, one of each of those, you can definitely do that. But as you guys are resting, and as Copper, you are leaving with Brent, you see from your windows some lights coming from above you. As you look out of said window, and Copper, as you turn around to look back at the church and look up, you see that the overall church is glowing. This bright, radiant light. And as it does, you guys see outside, looking upwards, a hole in the great clouds. And for the first time within 3 years of the Dead Realms, you guys could see the moon.
What
That's
color is
new.
it?
It is a bright white color. And it seems to point down directly upon the temple of the Moon Maiden herself. At this point, Brent's like, damn, seems like they finally did make it. You got some incredible friends, I'd say. But come, let's end this guy.
Let's do this.
Alright? You two make your journey offward. Mr. Peppers, you are dreaming. You wake up. It seems like you are in your homeland, right by your homeland cottage. You look around. This doesn't seem quite real. It is nighttime, and you see the moon is glaring down at a nearby lake. You exit out in curiosity, and as you do, you look more towards the lake, and as you look down, you see a reflection of yourself and the moon itself. And then you turn around, and all of a sudden your cottage is gone. And you're like, what is going on? You turn around again, and you see this glowing female figure before you. And recognizing some of the features of Elvish and seeing her form is reflecting off of the moon itself, you know for a fact that this is your patron, your god, the Moon Maiden herself, Saloon.
Saloon! And I drop to the ground and give her a bow.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do that in my dream, or do you control my?
Oh yeah, you could definitely do that.
Okay, I
And-
wasn't sure how that worked.
Your your god then says to you, "You have done well, Mr. Peppers. Seems like Sartorius's prophecy did come to light, and you have restored one of my oldest churches in all of Faerun."
I'm so pleased to hear that you're pleased. What else can I do for you to help you gain your strength back?
She continues by saying, "With the oldest church standing as a beacon to the Sword Coast, it will now serve as a refuge to those who are still alive within Faerun. I believe the first one of the questions you might want to know is, when can you go back home?"
I do seek to eventually find my way back to home, but my main priority is to make you stronger than ever.
And that I can appreciate. And within time, I shall regain my strength. The act that you've done has given me enough divinity to speak with you now. For I have two more goals for you to task. The first one is of course, help reestablish the church, my church, and help those in need until your island reforms. However, there's something precedent that you must do first. There is something wicked happening around the Sword Coast, more specifically in Waterdeep itself. And I'm not just referring to the cultists that you've been engaging with.
Does it involve those demons that we encountered?
It does not even involve the demons you have encountered, nor the aberrational creatures that you face today. But it seems like something more sinister is afoot. And as she waves her hand, you see the pool, which was glowing, which was like reflecting everything. All of a sudden, it begins dark, and she continues saying, "Seems like some other entity has infiltrated Faerun, more specifically around your area. Even more specifically, something not of this realm, but something close to my counterpart herself, but not her quite exactly."
Are you telling me that your sister's getting stronger as well?
No, I'm saying something akin to my sister's power is brewing, and it must be stopped. And it involves these pillars of Waterdeep. And as she waves her hand, you see basically the four obelisks that are surrounding us. And she continues, "These obelisks serves as gateways to whatever desire the magic user is able to conduct. However, one must be quite smart and brilliant and have enough magical capabilities in order to produce this. One group holds one pillar, another a second." And she reveals like the cultists with the demons and the red guy along with his following with some of the slod. These two groups hold one of each pillar. And but something else in the third. And we zoom back to Copper, where Copper and Brent have been stealthing throughout the area. Says, "Come this way, we're getting close." And as you get closer and closer, you do see Brent tells you, "Now be careful, there's some traps that are lingering about." And as you get closer, closer, all that you see, Copper, is what used to be trigger traps are easily, logs or spikes or what have you. It seems like these traps in front of you has already been triggered. However, there's like this black goo that is occasionally throughout this path leading towards the path you're on. And Brent's like, "That's quite strange. Something has triggered these." And then in the distance, you hear more screaming.
Well, let's just try to avoid everything.
Right. Let's try. As you continue, you see more and more traps that would have triggered. However, again, more of this black substance is forming about and bubbling and sizzling. And Prince says, "Something isn't right. Something. What? What is this stuff?" He takes an arrow and like tries to jab it, but as it does, you see part of the black goo just like wrap itself around the arrow, and Brent just lets go of it, and then the arrows absorb and melted into this black goo. It says, "Shit, don't touch that. It's probably not the wisest thing." As you guys continue,
Obviously.
as you continue on and on, you hear a female scream further ahead, screams of just horror. Yunvin, you hear a scream in your dream. As it does, you're looking around and you see what seems like to be a vision of sorts of a room covered in this black goo. And all of a sudden, you just see a large black goo forming in front of this obelisk. And as it does, it begins to form in a humanoid manner. And Copper, as you and Brent sneak your way in, you also see this goo forming itself. And you, Mr. Peppers, basically get a third person point of view of the perspective as you see in a dreamlike state, you see the similar scene, this black mass forming. And as it does, it seems like this obelisk has already been active in this weird greenish purplish kind of color. And as it does, you in your dream state with your god, Peppers, you, Yevon, in your dream state seeing this black form goo, and you, Copper, and along with Brent, see this in person. See a humanoid figure that appeared. The weirdest bit, it has clothing akin to Stitch Skin. However, it seems to be more cleaned, more refined than the last time you recall. All of a sudden, Equus, you get to see glimpses and visions as you're reliving one of your memories, carrying to the horses and the other mounts. And as it does, all of a sudden you just see rain coming down. And instead of rain, however, it's these black feathers that are just kind of follow downward, acting as rain. You're like, this is strange. And then all of a sudden, a portal opens up, and you get to see basically what is perspiring here. Someone seeming wearing Stitch Skin's clothing, however, more cleaner, more refined. As you recall, Stitch Skin had his clothes were dirty and battered, so much so that it looks like he might have found them off of someone else. However, since this is more cleaned and refined, you do remember some kind of symbol on the actual feathered cape, but however, it's too discolored and disoriented to even make its form. However, you do get to see a cleaner version of it as you four see. I suppose a picture here. As you see this symbol, which is in the text chat, you see this symbol on the back of Stitchskin, all in white. It seems like 3 ravens circling around each other in a Celtic-like spiral, along with these ravens. And as this figure stands and its form completing itself, you see that this figure looks more human than anything else. Equus, at first you thought, oh, Stitchkin's back, but then you just see a human, a pale-looking human standing up with her hair just with a red color, a color of blood, with pale skin. And as she turns around and gives away her surroundings, this is what she looks like, having great, basically almost this leather / padded green armor, similar to what Stitchkin wore, but because it's more cleaner, more refined, you get to see its true colors. And as it does, you see that this woman's carrying a long sword, and here's a picture of her. This is what she looks like. Yevon, as you're seeing your dream state, she looks like the girl you've been searching for this whole time, much to your shock and disbelief. And as she's regaining her form, she puts her hand out, and the obelisk instantly activates, forming this greenish purplish type of color. As it does, she begins to speak. And as she does, you realize that she's speaking in an Irish accent. And she does speak, it seems like three women are talking all at once, and at different pitches to perfectly separate her tone of voice. And she says, "Come, my soldiers, it is time that we put the fates of this world in our hands." And Mr. Peppers, you see this in person, and your goddess says, "That is what could possibly hurt the fate of Faerun. Seems like another god is trying to reclaim something of hers."
So you want me to
Copper,
you want me to
I'm sorry, go ahead.
you want me to stop her?
Yes, before she
Is
grows
she the
more in divinity.
is she the main target?
Yes, she must be stopped at once. She is not of this world. She must be dealt away before she can reach divinity, and her powers are could possibly be even greater than the gods of Faerun themselves.
Very well. I will inform my friends as soon as I can.
All right, your dream ends. Yevon, you see this woman, basically calling an army, and as she does, you see throughout the gateway soldiers of Celtic origin pop out, and you're shocked and disbelieved that this woman looks very similar to the woman you've been looking for. And for a second, you hear a whisper of your brother saying, "Brother, we must stop her at all costs. The reason why we protected her is to prevent this from happening. We must stop. You cannot protect her, unfortunately. You have to stop her." And your dream ends. Copper, you're with Brent. And Brent's like, "Shit, we gotta get the fuck out of here."
So you're no longer about fighting. So we're not fighting. Okay. Let's go.
Whatever that thing is, we gotta get out of here. And you two bolt out of there. Equus, you see this happening. You're like, what is going on? All of a sudden, this figure looks at you and seems to notice you. She says, "Equus, you must be the one that Stitches talked about."
That's right. I believe he mentioned you as well.
Unfortunately, he did not in his past life. However, he does favor you amongst all the other friends. So, which is why I'm asking if you would like to join me in my cause. And keep in mind, this is like as if you're talking to three women that's all speaking at once in an Irish accent.
Stitch was a dear friend, and I'd love to honor his memory any way I can. However, I feel I must make sure I understand exactly what I'm getting into before I agree. What is your cause exactly?
Sorry. Allow us to introduce ourselves. We are the Morrigan, goddesses of war, fates, and death. And we'll end the session here.
Oh,
Oh yeah, love to see the Morgan represent. Fuck yeah.
So we will continue to see what happens next week, now with the new foe being revealed. So until then, guys, we will see you next week as we embark on a new arc of the Dead Realm Season 2. Till then, take care, guys.
oh.
Real talk, unless she's